tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Bling. Hey guys, it is so good to see you. What a great raid from Samantha Lee. Oh, she's my sweetheart. She's my sweetheart. That is so awesome. Love seeing all you great folks. I'm going to shout out everybody out there in the chat right away. Will the Rocker, he jumped in real early there. Yep. If I miss anybody, it's because StreamYard kind of cut off where the chat started for some reason. But Bourbon Bounty jumped in there. I love that. The Lee raid is imminent. Resistance is futile. The countdown has begun. I love it, Jody. Love it. And there's Shiva V. Lori. Hey, sweetheart. Good to see you. And there's Sam. Let me know. Headed over now, Sty. Yeah, sure did. Boy, what a group coming in here. And there's Twisted Art Lady. Oh, thanks for coming over, Twisted. There's Justin Anderson. Yes, sir. All these great folks. There's Kathy Bates. Oh, yeah. There's a new sweetheart of mine. And who else? Robert Rockwell. Great to see you, Robert. And there's Kimberly Ferris. Awesome. Mark J. Larson Outdoors. Hello, brother. Great to see you. You know I love my outdoor channels. You know I do. The Robert and Friends popped up. There we are. Okay. That's everybody for the moment. Out in the chat, that is. There's a full house. So we got a bunch of folks in the house, boy. Yeah, I love it. There's Anthony Bressler. Great to see you, Anthony. There's plain old Chuck. Awesome. Love it. Hail, the gang's all here. Yeah, you betcha. We're all here. It's a Friday evening, not a Thursday evening. I did not stream last night. Isn't that terrible? Folks that followed the Sty Shack group over at Facebook got the notification. And I was lucky because Travis with Tales from a Campground host left a comment in the original stream for last night that it had been canceled over in Facebook. I had Running Water go over and cancel it for me because I had a huge technical issue. My system got hacked. My whole computer system got hacked. They got in, they got all my personal information, and they got my banking information. They went out and just shy of $2,100 they took out of my bank accounts and had fun trying to wipe me out. So I was up till 3:30 this morning with a computer engineer working to get this all squared away and cleaned up. Got my system all back to normal and everything squared away. I spent about an hour last night and another 2 hours this morning going through, and I have a huge, I'm going to do it so quick that nobody can screenshot it. But those are all the passwords and usernames I use for all of the access to the programs and everything I use on the internet. But it locked up the whole system. And that engineer, we come through a back door to get myself into the root directory and get it fired up, basically in safe mode, and got in there. He found everything that was wrong, cleaned it all up, and now my system is running faster and stronger than it ever did. I think he gave me a little bit of frosting on my cake. He got it all squared away. And we got so many firewalls and crap set up now that ain't nobody getting in here. So Sty feels pretty good today about that. Taking a quick look back. There's Rebecca Felter. Awesome. Love you, girl. Thank you for coming over. The J Ron's in the house. Great to see you, J Ron. Samantha, I put the link in our group Facebook. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll send you a personal one, girl. I'm going to do that from now on with you. I'm just going to send it to your personal messenger instead of our group, just so that you have it. Hey, funky Uncle John's in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing it out. Yeah, now's a good time to share it out. We're at the front end of the show, right? Not that it's a show. We're just all of us great friends hanging out. Going to have a good time around the campfire this evening. Yeah. Will Rocker, this subject came up over at Samantha Lee's. Happy Kipper Day. Will and I are kipper lovers. I love my kips. My smoked herrings, man. I love my kippers. In fact, I've got, I think, 4 or 5 cans sitting in the cupboard. I'm thinking that's going to be my midnight snack tonight is some kippers. There she is. Now I'm going to pull a couple folks out of the basement. I'm going to pull second in, but should have been first. And that's the way we're going to do it. There she is. She's shaking her head. You goofball. What the hell are you doing?
Got caught up chatting. Sorry.
Don't
Blame
worry.
the next one in.
Now, the first person in tonight is going to totally understand why I'm doing this. Boom, there's Kathy.
Hello.
Hey, hi, Kathy.
Hello.
And mainly because the first person in, we don't get to see that person. Well, not that we wanted to look at him anyway, but we get to at least see what he's doing. There he is.
Oh, running water.
He sent me that video
Yeah.
of Baby Goose, and I forwarded it to Kathy, and we laughed this morning.
Yes.
Did he send it? There.
I got 2 of them in Messenger.
No, he never sent it to me. That little shit.
They were fun.
I got it.
Yeah, I sent you the originals. I haven't edited them or anything yet.
I don't have them.
Well, I'll send them again when I park.
Hello,
I can
Kind of
forward them
busy
to
right
you.
now.
Here,
Or-
I'll
oh,
forward
yeah.
them to him.
Sam can
Let's not
forward it to me.
don't wreck or nothing. Let me forward it to Sty.
Yeah, don't
That
worry
is
about
funny.
it. Sam can forward it to
Don't
me.
pull over.
hello, running water. How are you?
Oh, living the dream.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you sure are. Hey, Mr.
Oh yes,
Fo-
and Sty can pull these up. Oh, that would be funny. Because this second one especially is my favorite.
Yeah.
Bean and that freaking goose have a serious rivalry. They do.
Well, that
So
you
the
know,
second one you sent.
The big one, yes.
the
The
Oh,
long one.
geese are quite mean. Like
Oh
I,
fuck.
they can be mean.
Yeah.
okay.
They hiss at you and they spread their
Yeah.
wings like they're like,
Oh yeah,
you know.
and they'll chase you at times. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, yeah, they can be nasty.
This is so funny.
I'm going to share this.
My grandma said, "Who needs a dog when you got a yard full of geese?"
See, now I had a pair of African geese, and they're kind of a pretty goose, but they're weird. They got this big black knob on their forehead,
Uh huh.
and boy, are they nasty. And my father-in-law, like a damn fool, will come to our farm. And he goes, "Oh wow, check out the geese!" And he steps over the fence in with the geese. And I go, "You don't want to be in it." And the drake come running up and bit him right in the nuts.
Oh my god.
Got him good. My father-in-law grabbed it by the neck, and I started laughing. I said, "You ain't gonna beat him." And that goose started beating him with his wings so bad. My father-in-law finally pushed it away from him and jumped out of there, and he's holding himself, and he says, "I just got my ass kicked by a goose." I said, "Oh yeah, they're nasty. You gotta watch out for them buggers. They can be worse than any other challenger, man. They'll kick the hell out of you." And my father-in-law didn't realize it. the Let's see here. Boom. There it is. This is 3 minutes long, guys. We'll watch that. Okay? Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, yeah, we're all set. I just got to get her running. Here we go.
There's the goose out there. See if he let you go potty without any trouble. Yeah. Try it again.
His little ears back. So cute.
Beaner.
Oh, here he comes.
That goose is out there a ways.
You better hurry.
Watch this fucker swim up and come after him.
Better hurry. That goose is going to get you.
Little did you know, running water, he was going to get him.
Check out the weed. Oh, here he comes. He's mad. Oh, watch out, Bean. Better take care of business quick, Bean. He's going to get you.
Made Bean piss his pants.
That freaking goose is not happy. He's doing the dance too. They do.
Yeah.
Like he's
And
letting them know. Like
he's-
he's putting his head down and everything. He's
hissing like mad at him.
yeah.
Now, if Beanie was another duck or a goose, he would have known that he was warning them. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, Bean.
And Bean's saying, "Bring it on, Goose. Bring it on."
Dude, he goes back though. He's like, I'm
Are you
not
still
gonna give
checking your
up this
Gmail?
fight. Oh yeah. He's like, come back, I dare you. He's like, get closer. Take one more step. Take one more step. And Bean's like, maybe not. Yeah, he's hissing like crazy.
Yeah.
Give me.
And Bean tries to make friends with anything he comes across.
Oh, he just scampered.
Let's run away.
He's like, nope.
Let's run
zoomies,
away. Let's run away.
zoomies. He's excited. I love when they do zoomies.
Yeah, he's shady over there.
He's back over there peeing again. Look at him.
All right, day 2.
Look
Let's
at
try
him.
this again.
Yeah.
Look at him. I would totally I would cuddle that dog every day.
There's the goose out there.
Yeah, let's shut her down. There we go. That's great. That's great. Beaner against the Canadian goose. Yeah. Hey, you're across the border. This is my country. Get that. Oh, Beaner. Well, he's a Boston Terrier, by the way. Yeah, he's a Boston Terrier. Yeah, that the goose's behavior is very obvious. There's probably a nesting pair in there. They probably got a nest along that shoreline somewhere, and didn't want any four-legged critter anywhere near it. You know, good old goosers. Yeah, not something you want to get goosed by. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Hey, Guani, good to see you. Guani out there saying hello to everybody in the chat. And not just a hello, everyone. He's listing everybody. Guani's paying attention. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had an animal encounter today. I was sitting out on the porch waiting for my youngest boy to show up. And I felt something on my foot. I looked down, there's a chipmunk sitting on the toe of my shoe. Little bastard jumped right onto the toe of my shoe, and he's looking around like, and I thought, he's one brave little bugger, you know. Then my kid showed up, and that chipmunk come running down the sidewalk, and I go, there's the character that was sitting on my shoe. It turns on the street sidewalk, comes down our sidewalk all the way to the house, right up the 3 steps onto the porch, stands in front of the kid, and sits on his haunches and looks up at him. And he turns around and runs off. I go, he didn't know you. That's why he left. You know, can't trust you. Oh, I saw a snapping turtle nail a goose. Now I've seen snappers grab goslings, little goslings. They're swimming along, and all of a sudden that big old snapping turtle's head come out of that water, boom, hit that gosling. I've seen that about 3 or 4 times over the years. But then I fished a lot. I was always in those shallows fishing for muskies and the damn turtles. I saw a muskie chow down a loon chick. That stinking muskie come out of the water and had that loon chick right in his mouth. Boy, he was airborne flopping, and he on with it. And that loon was having a fit, boy. How's the kayak doing? Resting peacefully in the adventure trailer. This old boy won't be seeing not one iota of kayak time this summer. I won't be out on it. The nice thing about a kayak is it doesn't have an expiration date, so I'll paddle the shit out of it next year. Old Sty's going to beat this cancer thing, going to be paddling and camping and hiking. just loving the summer next year. Do a little gardening around here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple things I wanted access to in my adventure trailer, and I went to go get those things out, and I'm going, where in the hell are the keys? Well, I haven't been in the thing for 6 months, and I turned the whole damn house apart trying to find the keys for my adventure trailer. I went into my bedroom, and I got a big desk in there with the laptop on it and shit. Sitting right there, plain sight, sitting right on the desk.
Hmm.
Yeah. Guess what? They were in the last place I looked. I'm
Yeah.
still, I'm
Is that,
still smart enough not to keep looking.
don't you even hate it when you say, I can't find it? And somebody will say, where did you put it? And then you're like,
If I knew where the hell I put
it.
it. You're so right, Kathy. Loopy
And then
Lisa.
I'm the type that will.
Go ahead.
I'm the type that'll be looking for my glasses while I'm wearing them.
Yeah.
I was just going to say Loopy Lisa. She's a follower from the UK. I was on, we had her on a stream, on a panel, and she's looking all over the place. And finally, one of us asked her, what are you looking for? She goes, my glasses. Well, she's got them on top of her head.
Yeah.
And so we just let her keep looking. And then we said, maybe in the couch cushions. So she digging around in the couch cushions behind her. The couch is behind her. She's sitting on the floor in front of the couch. And then she gets up. I said, I bet they were on the back of the couch, got knocked off. So here she is with her ass right in the camera, hanging over the back of that couch, looking for her glasses. She turns around and plops down. She goes, I give up. I haven't a clue where I put them. I said, sometimes it helps. Just scratch your head. You might think of where they are. She reached up. Son of a bitch, she says. A half an hour we watched her looking for her damn glasses. It was great. Hey, Kirk Whipper, Voyager Center. Tim's in the house. Great to see you.
Yeah, well, the rocker, yeah, that happens to me. But you just hate it when you walk into a room and you think, what did I come in here for?
Yeah, that too. Oh,
Yeah.
God. And then I really, just to add insult to injury when that happens, is when I get up, I'm only going into the adjacent room right next to me to get one thing. And I go in there and I come back into the room I was originally in with 3-4 things I grabbed out of that room, but not the one thing I went in there for. And I sit down, get comfortable, and I go, but shit. I grabbed all this other shit, but I didn't grab that, and I didn't want really any of this shit. Yeah.
I know. There's just one day I was gonna make something for our dinner. I said, well, I need some milk, so I'm gonna run to the store and I'm gonna pick up some milk. I go running around the grocery store, and I get everything I need. Get it all checked out. Get home. And I'm getting ready to cook, and I'm like, I forgot the damn milk. I spent $100 and some at the grocery store.
And no milk.
And there ain't a cotton pick and lick of milk in that son of a bitch refrigerator.
That I hate.
So I said, there, I ain't making it. No way. I'm not going back to that store. I had to change everything that I was going to do.
Yeah. I got to come up with something that doesn't need milk.
I had to have bought something at that store for $100 and some that I could fix.
Yeah. The other day I went to the store and I grabbed all kinds of stuff and I got up there, rang it all up. wasn't thinking much about it. And I threw the card in the machine. I looked down and I go, holy God, $85. What in the hell?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at the bags and I'm going, and half that shit I don't need. What the heck did I grab it all for? Yeah. And I hate it too when I go to the store and I go, oh, I think I need that. I think, oh, I need that. And I need that. Then I get home and I put it in the cupboard and I'm going, I already got that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I got that too. And
Yeah.
now I got two of everything. What the hell did I do that for? The
Oh,
yeah.
I've sat out here. I've sat here and I wrote out a grocery list before and my husband says, "Well, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to the store," and I said, "All right." And he gets to the cash register. Well, anyway, he comes home. He comes running back home. He goes, I go, what? I said, "Where's the groceries?" He goes, "I got to the cash register. They bagged it all up, and I forgot my wallet."
Oh no.
So he had to go back. Yeah, he had to come home, run, get his wallet, and go right back to the grocery store.
Bummer.
Yeah, I said, "How put that ice cream as it melted."
Yeah. See now I Kathy, you probably aren't aware, but I managed a Dollar Tree for almost 3 years. I did that as my post-retirement extra pin money kind of job, you know. And it was supposed to be part-time, but I always worked 30 to 50 hours a week. And being a store manager, just needed to be there. But I had customers, so many in the 3 years that they come up, ring up everything in their cart. And we got groceries and the like there at Dollar Tree. And they get it all rang up, bagged up, and everything. And sure as shit, where's my wallet? And they'd run out, they'd say, I'll be right back. It's got to be out in the car. They run out. They come back. It's not out there. I got to run home. I'll be back. And I don't know how many times I pushed their cart or sometimes up to 2 carts full of stuff back. I head straight for the freezer department. And I'd pull out my notepad. I always had a notepad on me. I'd write down every freezer good that I put back in the freezer until they got back. And I'd park their carts up at my office and I would shut that till down so that the sale stayed active. And when they get back, we'd go get their frozen stuff for them and rebag it. And you know, that was one thing at our Dollar Tree we took serious. Well, at least I did, and my staff knew they had to do what I told them. But I told them, I said, the store's policy is to exceed the customer's expectations. So, yeah, we do that for them because a lot of the the regular cashiers, it was like, why the heck should we have to do that? I said, because if you do that for that customer, they're going to come in here and buy another 2 carts full. Someone walks in the door and spends over $100 in a Dollar Tree. You don't want to lose that customer. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I could do that.
yeah.
And do you ever, well, and I know this has really happened. You'd think it happens in the movies, but this really does happen. And it did happen to me and my brother. We went to the grocery store just to pick up a couple of things and a few things. And we stopped. He goes, "Hey, sis, you want to get a pop out of the machine?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll get me one." So, I get in the car. He's putting the stuff in the trunk of the car, and he gets in and he's driving off. Next thing you know, as we're going down the street there, somebody's pointing at him. They keep pointing at him, and he's like, "What the hell? Why are they pointing?" And I said, "Hey, John," I said, "somebody's pointing at you." He looks over and he goes, "What the hell are they pointing at me for?" And then that's when they did that. Then they pointed up. And he
Uh,
goes, what the hell's going on? So I'm looking up in the air thinking there's probably an airplane or something. I don't know.
Looking out the windows.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So he pulls over. He stops because he remembers that he put his pop on the roof of the
Roof.
car. Yeah, the top. Yeah,
Yep.
he gets it out. I said, "You ass." He goes, "Well, I forgot it." He goes, "I forgot I put it up there."
Oh man. It's amazing what can ride on a vehicle and how far sometimes.
Yeah,
When I drove truck over the road like Running Water is doing right now, I had a trip that was taking me from the East Coast all the way to Logan, Utah, and just before I got into Iowa, I had stopped and I just wanted some pop and a couple snacks. And I run in, got those, and there was something hanging underneath my truck, and I thought, "What the hell is that?" I got under there, checking it out. It was just something came loose, and I strapped it up and got in the truck, and I took off. Well, I drove all the way through Iowa and blah blah blah, and I was all the way across to Wyoming, just a few miles from the Utah border. Pulled into a truck stop, and I go, "I'm hungry, man. I've been driving hours and hours." Go in there to eat, sit down, order my food, eat my food. Time to pay. Reach back for my trucker's wallet, my big old trucker's wallet that's got a chain on it.
yeah, big long.
Yeah.
Leatherly, yeah.
And here's the thing is that morning I had stopped and cashed what they call a comp check.
Right.
The comp check was for it's embarrassing. It was for $5,000, and I stuck all $5,000 in that wallet. I go to pay for my meal. That's all my trip money for 2 weeks. Pay for my fuel, food, everything. I go to pay for my meal. I reach back and I go, "Where the hell's my wallet?" How the Well, the only time it ever comes off of my belt, the chain, is if I'm in the truck, instead of sitting on that thing all the time. Usually I just throw it over the center of the front and let it ride there, but I'll take it off the chain sometimes. So I figured, yeah, it's in the truck, sitting in the truck. So I told the waitress what was up, and she said, "Yeah, okay, I understand." I run out to my truck, and I get up in the truck. No wallet. I can't find it anywhere. I don't have it, period. I'm in a panic, man. I'm tearing that truck apart. It's gone. $5,000. And I'm like, oh my God, am I in a world of hurt? So I get out of the truck, and it's a cab over truck, and I climb down. I'm standing outside the driver's door, slammed the door, just pissed. And I thought, well, walk to the truck stop, see if it's laying between here and the truck stop. And just as I went to walk off, I looked, and there's my wallet laying on the top step that I never put my foot in that step. I always, the step before it is the last step I ever stepped on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the light came on when I went out after fueling up and cashing that check. I had set my wallet on that step because I had an airline issue behind the cab that I went and messed with. And for some reason, I had the wallet off the chain and I had set it on that step. So that thing rode for hundreds and hundreds of miles.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? Is that how, like the soda bottle, your thing, they stayed on there. But if you were to want to put it up there to keep it up there,
It's going to fall right off.
they're going to fly right off. And some of the things that should be attached to a roof of a vehicle, they don't want to stay on very well. And they're
Right.
the first wind blows, they're flying off.
That's right. That's right. You
But
do
a-
everything you can to secure it on there
Yeah,
and it's going to
yeah.
blow off.
And
You
as soon as,
accidentally leave it up there, it's going to be there when you get to
yeah,
wherever. I don't know.
I mean,
Or
I could say God worked in mysterious ways as far as your wallet, but I don't think that he had anything to do with that
No,
soda
no.
bottle.
Well,
But it
even
just
with
so
the wallet,
happens-
I had to chalk that off. That it was a blessing. It was still there,
Yeah.
but I don't think God made sure it rode there. I think it was just dumb frickin' luck because God, I don't think would have supported my stupidity.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's stupid. Sometimes we do. We're absent-minded.
Yeah. And it seems like it's always at the worst time, that we decide to be absent.
Well, of course, it's the worst time because it happens to be. That's when you notice it. Is that the
Yeah,
time you need it?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, my brother wouldn't have. I mean, if that soda bottle would have fell off, my brother would have said, "Oh well," wouldn't have been a big deal.
Right.
But
Yeah. That, and unless it fell off and went through the windshield of the car behind you,
yeah,
then all of a sudden it's a big deal. It's like,
then it becomes a big deal. Yeah.
oh no, why couldn't it have fallen off 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
well, have you seen that video? It's a short. I think it was like a TikTok, but going all over Facebook. Oh, gal running up to this car that was or pickup behind her, and it had a bunch of guys in it, and yelling at them that she's going to call the cops. That they need to stop following her. That they're stalking her, and they're like, "No, we're trying." And she's like, "No, I'm not. I don't want anything to do with you. It's illegal to be stalking me." And the one guy's like, "No, shut up. You got a gas hose hanging out the side of your car."
Yes, I've seen that one.
And she's like, "Oh," and she like grabs it and throws it in the car
Yeah.
and drives out. And they're like, "Yeah, she didn't close her cap. Should be."
Yeah, she left the lid open, just so upset, yeah. Oh, I've watched folks, I think half a dozen times in my lifetime, drive off, they got the hose in their car. Oh my God. And I've always told myself, after seeing it happen to someone, oh man, I'm really worried about that shit. Now
It's amazing how many times trucks pull away with the passenger side hose in the tank.
Yeah, and that was one thing when I took my truck driving training, they stressed that to us, and it was actually part of the course. Fueling your truck, you always fueled passenger side first, and never put a line in the passenger side as the last thing you do, because you might just drive off with that line still in it. And I've seen a lot of trucks with a line between the cab and the trailer over in the passenger side, and off they go. And you're just like, no. Yeah.
They pretty much eliminated the reach across fueling anymore. Yeah, where it's satellite pumps now. So you got two pumps running at the same time, but you still get guys that will forget. It's like, finish up that.
It's on their blind. Yeah, it's on their blind side. Yeah.
Because when you hang up the driver's side, that shuts off both pumps then.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, finish up that one over there, top it off, and then come back around and finish up your driver's side and the transaction.
Yeah. Yeah. I drove a big old GMC cab over. Oh, wait a minute. What? Yeah, it was a GMC. Big GMC cab over. And that bugger had fuel transfer built in the tanks. that was high volume. Now, most tanks do that, balancing lines, that balance your tanks. You're running off of both actually all the time. But this one, if you filled up on the driver's side, there was a switch in the cab you put on for fueling, and you go out and you start fueling on the driver's side, and that balancer it was high volume line that ran between the two tanks, and you were filling when your driver's side's full, so is the passenger side. You never had to go to the passenger side. I loved that, man. That was sweet. But that's the only truck I ever saw with it, and I didn't know it did that. So I filled up the driver's side, threw the hose across, and walked around, stick it in the passenger side tank, and I'm going, wait a minute, that tank's full. What the hell? Why is that tank full? No, it transferred it, so it filled both sides. I wasn't paying attention to how much fuel was going in. Just when it gets to the cap line, I'm going to shut her down, Hey, Cheesehead Chris. What the hell is that thing between your fingers? Nothing. I got nothing between my fingers. Yeah, I gotta cut back. I had cut quite a bit back until last night when I was notified that they took $2,100 out of my bank account, hacked it, stole it. Oh yeah, I pounded a pack of cigarettes down in about an hour and a half. I was just chain smoking, man. Thank God my stomach can't handle booze, or I would have been drunker than shit and never got anything done. Yeah.
Oh, at least I've got some nice top shelf stuff there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's some tasty booze here at the house that I could be having a little nip once in a while, but can't get it down. It's at that stage. I feel a tiny bit, and I mean tiny bit of discomfort in my esophagus as I swallow. And they said that I should expect that, from all the radiation they're giving me. Oh no, Cheesehead said COVID has hit the house. Both the wife and I got it. Bummer, bud. Bummer. That's nuts.
Yeah, the ex and her boyfriend got it.
Yeah, I saw that. And they're just finally getting over it. I saw that breakfast he had made. Now your ex said that's his breakfast that he made, and she sampled some bacon, but the waffles with the strawberries and the bacon, and I just like, he ain't feeling so sick. There you go, Justin. Yeah. You have a good night, Will. Yep. The early mornings. I know what that's like. I'm going to have an interesting weekend. Okay, my youngest boy left running in water, and I are riding a really nice Craftsman GT 5000 riding lawnmower, right? Well, it sat out here all winter, not covered in it, just sat out there. Well, battery's dead, of course. So I grabbed a charger, run a cord out to it, go to open the hood. I can't get the damn hood open on the tractor. It only lifts up about 6 inches. That's all I could. It would, and I'm looking for latches. I've never used this tractor ever before, so I'm trying to figure out how the hell do I get the hood open on it. I could not figure it out. Well, there's just enough room to reach in there with the battery clamps to hook it up and charge the battery. Well, so I got the battery all charged up, but the posts on the battery need to be pulled apart and cleaned. I can't get the hood open. So I texted them today and said, when you're done with work, can you stop at the house on your way home? I need to talk to you. He gets here. And I said, now you're going to think this is really stupid, but the only reason I need you today is how do you get the hood open on the lawnmower? He shook his head, was giggling. He goes, I'll show you. He goes out there, lifts one corner of the hood in the front and grabs the back of it, flips it right up. I go, what did you just do? He goes, come here and look. He says, the hinge is broke on this side. All you got to do is lift up on it about an inch and you can lift the hood right up. Son of a bitch. I've been trying to get under that hood for a week. I should have asked him day one. Should have asked him. So tomorrow I get that lawnmower all serviced up. I'll do an oil change on it. And fortunately, the thing was bone dry on fuel, so it'll have fresh fuel in it. I'm going to just be safe, drain out any fuel that may be from in the carb bowl and back and get all fresh fuel in it, everything. Fire that bugger up because our lawn is ready to mow. I can't believe it. In the last week, it finally grew. And the majority of our lawn yet I can mow. So I'm going to get that bugger fired up tomorrow, either mow tomorrow or Sunday. That'll be fun to go out there and beat around on the lawn tractor for a while. We got so much to do in our yard. I wish I had better health. I'd be out there all the time. Yeah, Cheesehead, I sure hope you and your wife get through this without too much trouble having to deal with the bug. I got to be real careful. I stay clear of people, man. I stay clear of people. If it's not my youngest boy or running water, I basically stay away from people. I go to Walmart usually during off hours, and I stay clear of everybody. If you're not 20 feet from me, you're too close. And the last thing I want to do is catch a bug because they only test my blood and my condition in general once a week. And my immune system, of course, is dropping because of the chemo and radiation therapy. So I'm susceptible to catching shit. And I don't want to take any chances of catching nothing. Hey, Owen, it's great to see ya. There's my grandson, Owen. There he is. Good to see you, bud. Good to see ya. His honey he updated his profile picture on Facebook, and it's pretty cool. It looks, I couldn't tell if he's holding a walleye or what he's holding, but he's holding a nice fish. But his girlfriend, she's standing there in that picture, and she's got this awesome, nice, big ass northern pike. Loved it.
Sty, I gotta drop down. I want to spend a few minutes with my grandson while he's here.
You do that, girl. You
Yeah.
do that.
He's been here for a while, but I just want to visit with him before he goes back home.
Well, you bet. You betcha.
Yeah.
You betcha, sweetheart.
I'll
Thanks.
be back. I'll see you later. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on for about another hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So if you have a chance.
All
Otherwise, love you, girl.
right. Love you too, honey.
Got an IV infusion yesterday. My wife got some pills today. Started feeling better this afternoon. Oh, that is good to hear, she said. That is good to hear. It's like a bad cold / flu. Yeah.
The ex was saying that, her doctor had said that, he wished that he could prescribe the the quinine or whatever. He's like, but that was banned in 2006. But tonic water happens to have it in there if you like tonic water.
Huh.
So she's been drinking that. But they
Tonic
got
water.
for their mixed drinks. She's like, I'll just drink that. She's like, hey, it helped.
Well, if it helped, you bet, Oh, and saying, oh, yeah, fishing has been good this year. Oh, that's cool. I wish I could fish this year. Oh, this fall, I'm going to have some late season fishing. I think I'll be able to get in. I I should be recovered enough by the end of September to do some late September fishing. Early October's tough up here because the lakes turn and the fish don't bite too good. She said we're going to fish. I won't be able to until, like I said, late September. But if we can get together and maybe do some late season, Chris, I'd love to. God, I would love to. He got his boat in the water last week. Yeah, Justin is sticking with the vodka and hasn't gotten the bug yet. I used to say that. I was a heavy vodka drinker, man. I loved my vodka. And out at camp during that period of time, and people always said, why don't the mosquitoes bother you? Why don't you get wood ticks? I said, they can't stand all the alcohol, that's why. And they said, what, you rub alcohol on? I said, no, I put it in me, and then it comes out and keeps that critters away from me. Yeah, fishing. There's a lot of things I would just love to do. It's that time of year where you start getting that fire under your tail, wanting to go out and do outdoors kind of stuff. And I just don't really, just with my health, I would probably make poor company to start with, because not knowing how I would feel. But also, I'm good for a few hours, and that's about it. Total activity time, By the time I drive somewhere, I might have an hour or two that I can enjoy doing something, and then I'm done for the day. And they're really hounding me to slow it down, What I got to do tomorrow with the lawnmower and the mowing will be a day's worth. Even though it's just riding on a riding lawnmower, I'll probably feel pretty burned out by the end of the day. That's okay. It's my weekend. Now I kind of know what it's like to be working again. Every single day I got a schedule. I got to go for my cancer treatments, blah, 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 blah. I got things scheduled 5 days a week. But Saturdays and Sundays are my 2 days. I don't have anything scheduled. I do what I want on those days. Yeah. I like that. One thing that scared the hell out of me when the whole system got locked up last night, it was bad enough they were stealing my money, but when my whole computer system locked up, anything that was attached at the time to the internet got corrupted by that virus. My phone, thank God, my other desktop and my laptop were offline, but my PS4 was online. And I was told by the computer engineer, shut her down and leave it shut down. Don't use it till we get everything cleaned up. And I don't know how he did it, but he managed to ping the PS4 too, and he scrubbed it. He said, there's nothing to worry about on there now. And he said, you're clean. You can play it again. Well, he told me that at about 2:30 last night. And we still had an hour of stuff we had to do with this system. But I thought, oh, man, I got to live without my PS4. And then when he said, yeah, you're okay. So, yeah, I played a little PS4, about an hour's worth since it's been back online. Yeah, Justin, I'm very surprised how well I'm feeling. And it is great. My doctor, both my doctors, my cancer doctors, and the staff there are just amazed. And they said, but you will start feeling it because your toxicity levels keep building from the chemo and the radiation. And I said, yeah, I get it. I said, but I look at it this way. So far, I got a 2-week reprieve where a lot of people are ill during that period of time. I haven't been. So that's 2 weeks out of the way without any suffering at all, So if I get another week like that, that's another week in the, it's only 5.5 weeks of this stuff. So I'm almost halfway through. So if I can get at least half of it through without symptoms, I'm cool with that, man. If I only have to deal with symptoms on the tail end of it. And they said the nice thing about it is just looking at my reaction to the treatment, my recovery period after the treatment, the 2 to 4 weeks that I get a break, they said you should recover rather quickly. And I should be in pretty good shape for my surgery. The surgery's the tough recovery, that's it. Tough to go through, but it's the recovery that's the hard part. Yeah. I'm just not looking forward to that period of time because there's things they got to do and I got to do that aren't going to be pleasant. The old feeding tube coming out of this abdomen's not going to be nice. I'm not going to enjoy that one bit. I understand there's people that they live the remainder of their life with a feeding tube, years and years. I realize it'll keep you alive, but I don't know what it is about feeding tubes that freak me out. The fact I can't consume through my mouth would freak me out if it was long term. It's 6 to 8 weeks. I'll have a feeding tube. That'll be bad enough. That'll give me enough nightmares to deal with. That's the only thing. The pain, blah blah blah, and the stiffness and stuff. I've been down that road with the open heart surgery, so I know kind of what to expect. They said it's almost double of what you had with the open heart because they're going to open me on both sides. But they said, you're tough, you'll make it. Anything medical creeps me out. Yeah, Justin, I understand that. Yeah, most medical stuff is creepy. The one thing I am used to, Shiva says, are you sure they didn't diagnose you? Yes, I've been diagnosed. I've said it probably, I don't know, running water, 150, 200 times?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. I have stage 3 esophageal cancer. Stage 3 esophageal cancer. Cancer of the esophagus, right at where the esophagus and the stomach come together. And they're going to surgically remove part of the esophagus and part of my stomach and then reattach them. Yeah, it's definitely diagnosed. There's no doubt about the diagnosis either. I've seen the pictures. When they showed me the scans, I didn't know any more than your average person about cancer. But the minute I saw those pictures, I go, what's that? That ain't right. They said, that's your cancer right there, that tumor. And the tumor surrounds the esophagus, and it's collapsing the esophagus is what it's doing. Now the tumor, they're going to do a CT scan the end of next week from the sounds of things. They did a basic CT on me early this week, a real basic one. And they said it's very evident that the tumor is shrinking. So the treatment is working. The treatment is working. It's shrinking the tumor. The smaller that tumor is when I go for my surgery, the better. The less they have to remove. So, knock on wood, they can get that tumor down as small as possible before they have to surgically remove it. And the only place the cancer appears is at the esophagus, and right next to it I have one lymph node that was precancerous. And they said that lymph node had enlarged somewhat. But now it has actually reduced itself in size by almost 50%. So that is responding excellently. And they said they'll remove it at the same time they do the esophagus. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, Shiva says, no, I'm joking because you're going through all the chemo and everything in good shape, such good shape. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I had one of the infusion staff and one of my doctors say, are you lying to us about feeling so good? Oh, what a question. I mean, why would I lie about it? If I'm not feeling good, I don't want to not feel good. So, hey, you got something that'll help me through this? I'm going to ask for shit. I said, no, I'm not lying. I feel good. I'm sorry if that's not the way it's supposed to be, but I'm not. I'm glad I don't feel bad. So, yeah, and I kind of told off the doctors and the staff there because they were out at the nurses' station where all the cancer patients, they've got like 12 or 14 rooms there that are all infusion rooms. And you go in there and you might see one or two empty rooms and that's it. And yeah, you can't hide chemo sick. Yeah, no kidding. Actually, I do have to say I do have one of the side effects, but it's very mild. A little bit of hair loss. My beard, yeah, I get about 6 to 10 beard hairs every day or two that are loose, come out. And I usually only have 2 to 4. So that's almost doubled that rate. But even at that rate, I'll be done with the chemo and off to surgery well before the old beard actually thins out. So, but I had to tell these people, they were out at that nurse's station going, can you believe Sty? Can you believe that stuff? How well he feels with all the chemo we're hitting him with and the radiation. He's doing so well. He feels well. He's perky. And all these other patients that are in there that aren't doing well with their therapy are hearing that. They don't need to hear how well I am doing, that I'm getting a free ride. I'm getting a free ticket during my treatment. That's the way it's got to feel to them. I tried to put myself in their shoes. If I'm sitting there getting infused and I'm sick, I've got the chemo effects, I've got the radiation effects, and they're just making me miserable, tired, sick, nauseated, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear how good somebody else is doing when I'm doing so terrible. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. It's not sympathetic to their plight. So I called the two doctors and one of the nurses in, and I told them, I need you to go out there, tell everybody, quit talking about Sty's doing so well. He doesn't feel nothing. He's just happy. It's not done. Don't be talking about that out there where others can hear it. Boy, they didn't think about it very long, and they said, you are absolutely right, Sty. We just didn't realize how that might affect the other patients. And so I appreciated the fact that they quit. They quit talking about it so much out openly. That's one thing. The HIPAA laws, you're not supposed to disclose anybody's conditions and what meds they're on or any of that kind of, no medical stuff for other ears, right? Boy, in that cancer center, you hear about everybody and everything. I mean, those cancer patients, they don't give a shit who hears what. They're going to talk about their condition, and you hear it, and nobody seems to say, close the door and the blinds. I don't want nobody to know I'm here, and I want everything private. You don't hear that. It's like everybody comes in and you meet them out in the waiting room, and it's like we're all in the same boat. We're all on the same journey. We're all taking the same trips. So it's true and not true. Some of the folks are diagnosed with terminal. That they don't have long to live. They might. There was one person there that they're really getting socked with the chemo and the radiation, and they're on the last leg. After this, there's nothing they can do, and they're hoping they can knock it into remission. Otherwise, that person's got less than 6 months. But the person's upbeat, fun to talk to. I've had a few conversations with them, and they're very upbeat, and they realize what their fate probably is, and they're handling their chemo and radiation fairly well. They got a few side effects that aren't very pleasant, but they've been going through chemo for 3 years, chemo and radiation, different types, and other trial procedures to try to get their cancer into remission. And it just hasn't worked. And so they've the way they put it to me is, I've learned to live with my symptoms. It's just become normal, If I'm going to feel sick to my stomach for the first day and a half after my treatment, and a little bit sick to my stomach every day of the week because they're on a chemo pump. They come in, they get a large infusion, then they put a pump on them, and it's pumping chemo to them for 5 days in a row every week. And radiation, they're in there every day of the week, just like I am. And the reason I get to chat with them is their appointment is 20 minutes after mine for my radiation. So they come in early every day because the radiation crew is great. They can sneak in a lot of times, get you out of there quick. That's like today. My appointment was at 11:45, and they said be here by 11:30. I got there at 11:30. I was halfway across town going to go to the store on my way home, and I looked at the time. I would have just been walking in. I mean, into the radiation department. They had me out of there 5 minutes before I would have even started on if I had my appointment at its regular time. They just squeeze us in there just perfect all the time. But that person is always there. So I get to chat with them for a while. Okay, Justin. But the other unusual thing is my ex-wife, her appointments pretty much all land when mine do. Hers are usually about 20 minutes before mine. So I get there and she's usually coming out as I'm coming in. But the last 3 days, her appointment, she ran late for her appointments because of side effects that delayed her in getting to the clinic. And I felt bad for her today. Ex-wife or not, if a person's suffering, they're suffering, you know? And she's having some side effects that are very, very disruptive in her daily affairs. And her trying to get to the clinic today, she ended up a full half hour late. Every time she'd try to head out, she had to turn around and go right back to her house. And yeah, how old they were already. I violated my HIPAA law a couple of times. I told him, let me hear that shit one more time and I'll see you people in court. There you go. Well, yeah, if they're openly sharing your information with the intention of someone else hearing it, that's not good. That is not good. That is not good. But in the situation like I'm discussing, it's nobody there is, they're not discussing things so personal that it should hurt anybody, right?
Well,
Except
everyone that there is getting the same treatment, so it's like it's
exactly.
not a secret why anyone's there. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to be told what's happening to somebody that walks in the infusion center. You're not in that infusion center for any other reason than to get an IV put in you, whether it be through a vein or through a port in your chest, and you're going to get chemo. That's the only reason you could be there for. They don't bring anybody in there for any other reason. So just the fact you're there, they can't hide everybody. There's no way to do that, Oh, they'll never know you were here. We'll sneak you in the back door and we'll throw a bag over your head. Nobody will know it was you. There's no way to do that. You got to go to a waiting room, get brought back for your appointment. And there's 2 hallways. One goes to the infusion center, one goes to radiation. Well, actually, there's 3 hallways. The 3rd hallway goes to the exam rooms. Now, that's where you may be there for pre-treatment, and you're going to just see the doctor, and he's going to talk about your treatment and what they're going to do and stuff. Nobody hears that shit. That's what it's about. It's pre-treatment. So was that a cop that just blew by you?
No, someone with a roof rack.
Oh, okay. They were flying, boy.
My truck got that little radar thing on the bumper, so I can see how fast the person in front of me is going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a 45 mile per hour construction zone, and that car come blowing by me. They were doing about 67 when they
double the fines, man. Oh, ouch.
Like, yeah, but of course cops are never around to catch
those characters, right?
Although it's Illinois, so a lot of the construction zones have photo enforcement. You know, that the
Oh,
cop doesn't have to be present to give you a ticket.
right.
Yeah.
They'll send it to you in the mail. Damn right. The kind of like Germany. Your Uncle Jimmy, running water. Oh man, he got in trouble. You know, he was chief warrant officer in the army, man. He had a top ranking officer. But boy, did he get chewed out a few times. They kept sending tickets to the base for him. And he couldn't lie about it. He, at that time, he said he's a firm believer there was no more than a half a dozen Cadillacs in the country. And he was driving one of them. He said when they'd snap that photo and he'd go by and that system would snap a photo with the ass into his car, the license plate. He said the worst one is it got a picture of the side of his car and then the ass end. And when it got the side of his car, he's looking right at the camera. It's him playing his name. And he tried to tell him, no, it wasn't me. Oh, yeah, right. Sure. The license plate is yours. And look who's behind the wheel, by the way. Yeah, you're just shut out. He says, over there, you get a ticket in the mail. Yeah, you just pay it. He says, you're doomed. You're not, yeah, you can't beat him. He said, and, you know, he's passed away. He's gone. But at that time, he said, I think the day will come when you're not even allowed to dispute them. You just pay it. And for all I know, that's the way they are. Hey, Gary, he says, hey, it's good to see you found some dry matches. How you doing, Sty? Yeah. Are you the one that left the message for last night's stream that didn't happen that said, yeah, he's trying to find some dry matches? Because that was cute. That was cute. I deleted that stream. It's gone forever because nothing happened. There was just like 5 comments was all that was in the chat. So I deleted the whole thing, being it couldn't happen. It didn't happen. But it was sitting there hanging out there, saying that it was upcoming, that it was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was going to happen.
Yep. Waiting for Sty.
No,
24 hours later.
24 hours, we're still waiting for Sty. Boy, he's slow, you know. Yeah, I was busy, like Gary said, looking for some dry matches, get that fire going. Hey, Running Water, I got 2 projects I'm hoping you and I can do together while you're home.
Okay.
The one is get all these brush piles I've created from trimming it around the edges, all into one of the brush piles back behind the house.
Okay.
The second project is that fire pit.
Right.
If we can get that fire pit in, I can be out there every single evening burning. I can burn out. I bet you before I even go to the surgery, I'll have at least 2 of those big brush piles gone. Oh. Well, I can talk to you about that when you get home. But my card getting locked up. Once my card's free to use again, I'm going to do that. You'll probably be home by that time. If it's not unlocked, I'll have to wait till it is. But I'm getting us a log splitter. Hopefully it'll stay on sale. L&M's got a 5-ton electric log splitter, and I've watched so many reviews on it today. I think I watched like 15 different video reviews on it. Boy, does that little bugger perform, man. It's the exact same splitter, you know, that I've been watching. But L&M's got them on sale for $2.99. I'm getting one. I'm gonna buy one because I'll use that bugger year after year. But it's electric. It's hydraulic, but it's electric motor. So all you gotta do is plug the bitch in, And I figure if our breaker can't handle it from the house, I got my Predator generator, man. And I can get 20 hours of operation time on 2.5 gallons. So I'll just fire the Jenny up, plug it into that, and it'd run just fine. But they're compact, they're small enough, and they're just the right height. I can actually roll a pile of wood together, sit in a damn chair, and run that thing. You know, so yeah, I'm going to nab one of them up, and
Well, and see, that's one of the projects on my to-do list that you can help me out with is running a power line out to at least have an external power outlet out in the backyard. And I was going to put a new breaker in.
Oh, I'm not much of an
And-
electrician, but I can do other things related. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and see, I've done the breakers before and stuff, new builds, for construction, and so it's like that part's easy.
Uh-huh.
What I want is, because I figured I'd just get, conduit tube, and I'll drill a hole in the skirting on the back porch there,
Uh-huh.
feed that through.
Yeah.
And need someone to holler at me when the wire pops out the other end.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, there it is. It's like, okay, there, that we can work with that then.
Yeah. You betcha. Yeah, we can do that. It'd be nice to be able to plug in right outside there. Yeah. Hey, Justin,
Well, and
I will. I'll thank Travis. It was kind of him to put that comment in there, and I thank Running Water for going into Facebook and posting in the Sty Shack group that it was canceled. That was good. That was good. And Gary, yes, I have a 3500 Predator 3500, and it's a sweet generator, man. I love that thing. I love it. And the nice thing about it is even with my health the way it is, I dropped the tailgate of my adventure trailer, and I just got to pull that bugger out about 1.5 feet, 2 feet out, and I can fire it up. It's right there, and roll it back in, and close the tailgate. So it's real convenient to use. Yeah. I just got to do spring maintenance on it. It's simple. Gary got one too, yeah.
well, right now, all we have is that one outlet in the back shed, or the back porch.
Right.
Plug extension cords in, and it's a low amp outlet.
See, and that I know that would not handle the splitter, because the splitter not under load is it's a 12 amp, so that's pushing that circuit already, and then you put a load on it, it's going to blow a breaker,
Well, and I know when I was doing the shed, with the air compressor, it's like if I had anything longer than a 20-foot cord on it, it couldn't pull the air compressor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just wasn't getting enough juice for the air compressor to kick off. It's like,
Sure.
Yeah.
See, I've got a nice, because I got 2 flat tires on that tractor out there, and I was thinking, well, the air compressor right now is stacked up on some things in the shed, and I don't even know if I got the strength to get it down off of there. But then all of a sudden the light came on, you pour down more on right inside the adventure trailer, open the door, it's right there. I've got a cordless compressor, electric compressor, cordless, and that bugger, I was able to put 45 pounds of air pressure in my truck tires with that thing. That thing's sweet. It'll blow them little tractor tires up Right. And it's handheld. It looks like a pistol with a hose on it. And the thing, you just set the pressure you want, turn her on, and a couple seconds later, it's done. So I'm thinking, oh, the tire thing's answered. Duh, duh, duh. I just got to go in there tomorrow while I'm working on the tractor and grab the battery pack. It's got 2 battery packs. I grab one and I'll plug it in the house, and get a fresh battery in it. By the time I'm done messing with the tractor, then I'll be ready to put air in the tires. So, yeah, Justin, there's a lot of folks don't use Facebook, and that's why Travis left a comment in the comments on the YouTube side, was knowing that Running Water's got Facebook covered. Travis figured he'd jump in there, put a comment in there, and let folks know. It was kind of both of them. It's great, yeah. That way it covers both sides of my audience, The
But yeah, I figured, if that little outlet couldn't pull that little air compressor, there's no way it's going to pull my welder.
oh no, I don't think so. Yeah, your welder is still in the box on the back porch. I'm assuming that's what that box is,
Yeah.
because it does say something weld on it, Yeah, didn't take up any space once I got the porch cleaned up. Yeah, actually, the fire pit's what takes up space back there now. Your brother did peek back there.
Oh,
And guess how long our conversation about it lasted?
oh.
Fraction of a
Yeah, I was going to say, did the conversation even happen?
Yeah. It was more an expression, not nothing verbal.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, and then he was looking at all your Amazon from this last trip. It's quite a bit. There's quite a bit there. I counted the cases, but I don't remember what it was. And he says, that's what I'm talking about. Why should you have to deal with that? I said, deal with what? I mean, look how close the door is. You're talking where it gets put on the porch, 10 feet to where I put it. That's all it is 10 feet. And it didn't all come at one time. This is over a period of time, a long period of time. A box here and there, sometimes 3, But what's the big deal? And he says, you going to do like I did? Go ahead, let them open that shit, leave it in the box. And now you got to find somewhere to put those boxes with crap in them and this and that. And I said, no, we're going to do it a little different. I said, he's going to go through it. And whatever's in the boxes, we're going to take it out of the box. And I'm going to break down the boxes. And he goes, why would you break down the boxes? I said, because I don't mind breaking down boxes. I'm going to have Running Water just throw them in the back porch. He goes, okay, there you go. Big mess in the back porch. He says, isn't there enough back there yet? Well, he hadn't seen it yet, right? And after he saw it, I said, oh, you remember us talking about those boxes? And he goes, yeah. I said, you see where they can go in the back porch without a problem? And I can go back there in 10 minutes, have them all broke down and in our recycling bin and hauled out to the street. That conversation ended there. Yeah, don't worry about it. Justin is saying you should do a review on your welder when you get her up and running. Yeah, see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's like when I get the splitter, firewood splitter. I'm going to do a video on that. I'll do a review on that bugger. You bet your butt. Bet your butt. I'll enjoy that shit, man. just said, I watched the reviews on that, and they're splitting 14 to 16-inch wood with it. That's big stuff. Well, these are ash trees. They're pretty straight grained. They'll split like $1 million on it. They'll split great. And I watched this video today of this guy with that exact same splitter splitting. He's splitting live oak. It's cured, it's dry, but it's tight grain, good old fashioned. Hit it with the split maul and it bounces off kind of oak, you know. He put it on that electric splitter, splits her up just fine. Splits her up just fine. So I'm looking forward. Another thing I'm looking forward to is the fact that it's quiet. It's electric, and it only runs when you're splitting.
Right.
Once the splitter has run through its cycle, it shuts itself off. So it's quiet. You know, you just hear that electric motor running while you're actually splitting a piece of wood. So you're not out there wearing earplugs or earmuffs, you know, because of the noise, and you don't have an engine that runs all the time, whether you're splitting or not, you know. It only runs when you are actually splitting. I'm going to have fun reviewing that. You know, I'm kind of. They finally got the quality of electric wood handling tools kind of mastered. The Running Water got himself electric chainsaw. I've got an electric chainsaw. I've got a. I don't know what yours is, Running Water. I did. I forgot, but I've got a 80 volt. Actually, it's a 40 volt, but runs an 80 volt battery. Gives it twice the longevity. But I got an Atlas, and it cuts like a son of a gun, boy. And now with the log splitters, it used to be everybody said, stay away from the electrics. They ain't got no power, blah, 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 blah. And I looked at some of the history on it. Yeah, the ones that when they were first coming out, the ones they were running a much smaller electric motor, and they were only 3 ton. These are 5 ton, you know, and so you got 5 ton and a much larger electric motor. So they split pretty dang nice. I wasn't sure about the electric chainsaw when I bought mine. I got it from Harbor Freight. They're not cheap. Yeah, you're gonna invest as much into the electric chainsaw as you would a gas chainsaw. In fact, for a saw the same size, you actually may be investing more, because mine, I got the saw itself for $109. Sounds cheap, huh? $109 for a 16-inch chainsaw. Well, it don't come with battery.
Right.
And you go with the 80 volt battery, that's $130. So it cost me $230 for that chainsaw. And I could have bought a 16-inch gas saw for the same money, you know, or a little less, actually. I could have gotten a 16-inch gas saw for about $189. So about almost $100 less. But yeah, the technology is so advanced. And what I like with my chainsaw batteries, the 80 volt batteries, 2 hours. You can charge that battery. You're down to a single bar on it. It's got the 4 or 5 bar scale on it. Get down a single bar, take a 2 hour break, put that sucker on the charger. And the 3 bars you used up, you spent a solid hour and a half of actual saw running time. Not hour and a half of work, but saw running time. A good hour and a half of saw running time. And it takes you 2 hours to bring it back up. You can't beat that. I mean, no gas to mess with. I mean, yeah, you don't have to mix gas, nothing. And the only thing you use in it that you use with electric chain or with a gas chainsaw is chain oil. That's it. JCT, sweetie, it's good to see you. It's been a while. Oh, it's good to see you, girl. Good to see you.
Yep, and just like a gas chainsaw, that bar oil leaks out everywhere.
Oh yeah, it pisses all over the place. That's one thing I did learn with it is
I just put a little bit in, and I'll add it as I
Yeah.
need it.
I'll top it off when I start sawing. Fill the tank because I'm gonna saw until a tank of bar oil's used up. And then if I don't think I'm going to be able to use up a full tank and there's only a half a tank or maybe 2/3 of a tank left of bar oil, I always make sure to lay it on its side with the bar oil cap up where the discharge is.
Mhm.
That way, if it's going to drip back in its own damn tank instead of all over the tailgate of my truck. Yeah, the gas saw don't come with gas either. That's it, And I figured my cost in gas in one season of cutting firewood makes up the difference in the cost for that battery. So
Especially now.
yeah, especially now. Anything that takes gas now, you want to make sure it's about as efficient as possible.
Yeah, if I remember, I think that the one I've got is a Ryobi, and I can't remember if it was an 18 or 24 volt,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah. I saw it in the back. I saw it in the back of your truck, and I'm going sweet. Right away. I just sweet, and yours, in fact, is lighter than mine, and I'm thinking I might use yours for brushing those 2 stumps out here. All the brush that's on them. Yours would be.
I'll have to remember to grab the charger off the truck here and bring it home.
What the hell good is that charger doing in your truck?
Well, I had the chainsaw on the truck.
You goofball. Yeah.
Because when we have these,
Yeah.
they got all the, the dunnage
Yeah.
for the beams. You got 2 columns of beams. Well, cut the beams in the middle, and then it can take and lift 3 beams at a time.
Right.
Yeah,
that's another thing. They come in handy for that stuff. You throw them in the toolbox. They're there handy. Just grab it. Zing, zing. You're only making a few cuts, Hey, Dr. Smith, great to see you out there. Yeah, a gallon of 1540 at Fleet is $20. Yeah. Yeah. You ain't buying no gallon oil for $5 anymore. That ain't happening. $5 a quart. Yeah.
Well, yeah, was it? I think it was Facebook that someone had posted. It's like, yeah, person in front of me just took and put $5 of gas in. Where are they going? Or person at pump 3 put $5 of gas in. Where are they going? Pump 2?
Yeah. Or they're going to the gas station at the end of the block here. Because it's a penny cheaper. They just want to be able to get there. Because they only put enough in to get from point A to point B, and then they got point B's always got to have some more gas, a gallon or 2. Hey, lawn dog.
Yeah, last week when I was up in New York, $6.55 a gallon for diesel. Like, ooh, I'm glad I'm not paying for it.
No kidding. Lawn dog. That's the thing too, is if people don't put up their chainsaws or their generators properly, they're going to end up with gummed up carburetors. I had a Jenny that ran on gas and propane, and I wasn't happy at all with it. And I talked to several people. I should have talked to folks before we got it, but they don't run that efficient on propane. They don't. And now at the price of propane, I wouldn't want to. I would still probably run gas because it was about 20% more efficient on gasoline than it was on propane. The propane's convenient and it's pretty clean, you know. But yeah, $5.19 a gallon in St. Croix Falls Tuesday. Oh, really? You seen the new videos about the recent development potentially coming to market? Nano diamond nuclear battery. Now, don't get scared. It's not what you think, but it's pretty much the possibility of buying one battery and never having to buy another one again. It won't even need charging. How can a battery never need charging?
It's the non-use durability that they're looking at. Charged and then be able to last. So when you grab it later,
it'll hold that charge indefinitely.
Because that's a big issue with batteries.
Once you draw it down, it's got to be recharged. I mean, but if it's doesn't have a load on it, it'll hold that charge. It won't lose it. That's the problem. Batteries go stale, just sitting. I could see that, wanting to use that as implanted batteries. Yeah. Okay, Lori. Catch you Sunday.
Well, and a battery like that would be nice for, like flashlights and emergency lighting and, or, your emergency defibs, that, hey, they'll always have juice. When you're ready to use it, have the juice.
You're going to have the juice, yeah. The things going on starting at about 4 o'clock. All the channels that I like to watch all started coming online. Oh, really? You have a good night there, Lori. And Sty story won't be about anybody in court. In fact, I don't even know if I have any on the list about courts, things in court. So I can't guarantee what the discussion later in the stream will be if we have somebody pop in the chat or up on the panel that is in the middle of something in court. I don't know. I can't determine, but the Sty story won't be about court, anything to do with court. Right. Yeah. You don't have the carb problems because it does burn cleaner. So you pick your poison. Yeah, that's it. Right. What trade-offs do you want to take? And that's it. If you're running gasoline and you're properly maintaining that piece of equipment, you never have to worry about your carburetor coming up. My last generator I had for 5 years. And on the 5th year, hit that starter, and before you even hear it go, rant, the second, rant, she's running. Every season, every start, right away, fires right up. And it's because the carburetor was clean, because I ran nothing but clean fuel through it. And so I didn't, I didn't understand what some of the folks say, complain and whine about carburetor problems. And I'd ask them, well, what kind of spring and fall maintenance do you do on it, you know, especially if it's just a backup generator that never gets used unless a tornado hits, you know. Yeah. You know, it's only there for that emergency. And that emergency doesn't happen for 3 or 4 years, and they got the damn thing sitting there with the same fuel in it that they put in it when they bought it. And they think it's going to run or the shit ain't happening. Yeah, no, you got to service and maintenance. So, yeah, I tell people in cases like that, if you have an emergency generator and it'll never ever run unless you have a true power outage, go with propane. Just because that propane will last forever in the cylinders, and
As long as they don't rust out.
yeah, as long as they don't rust out, you know, you keep the propane tanks in a at least controlled atmosphere away from moisture and not sitting on concrete. And
Well, see, that's one of the biggest failures in, you know, Hollywood, when, you know, you have, you know, these zombie movies and post-apocalyptic movies, you know, and they're like, oh, we found the generator in the basement of the hospital, fire it up. It's been sitting there for 20 years.
Yeah. Well, that's like with us playing Fallout 4, all the generators we put in all over the place, and they're ancient fuckers that have been found, you know. They're 200 years old, and then we put them in place, put a fusion core in it, runs like $1 million. Okay, sure. But I was watching some videos about some of the little misnomers about Fallout 4 that are you for real? You know, kind of thing, you know. Yeah, like eating a can of canned Salisbury steak that's 200 years old.
Ew.
Yeah, something tells me that ain't going to be so appetizing. Yeah.
Oh, those yum deviled eggs.
Yum deviled eggs. Why did they put that in there? Just to make people want to puke? I mean, just the thought of it. It's just like, and then there isn't a single refrigerator that's working in the wasteland. And you find them deviled eggs sitting on a counter. You find them on a workbench. You find them in a shut-off refrigerator that's had the door closed forever for 200 years. And you're supposed to eat them. Bullshit. I ain't eat. You know what I do with them? I give them to the guards at my settlements. You know, I'll create a guard. I'll give them a guard station, put a guard on them. And I like to give them something to keep their health up in case they get into, if they're at a settlement where they get a lot of confrontations and they get hurt, they can eat some yum eggs. I give them to them. Okay, I ain't them sons of bitches, even though it's all
eggs and the cans of cram.
Cram, yeah. Here, cram that in your mouth. Yeah. I give them, you know, iguana bits and shit like that sometimes too. But and I give them mutant dog meat all the time. You know, I like that. Yeah, they get the mutant dog meat or murder meat. You know, yeah. Justin Anderson, V8 Cat Jenny. Hey, yeah. You know, I had a chance to buy one. That's no kidding, man. Big ass, awesome trailer. Had 4 16-inch split rim tires on it, the old tires. Awesome trailer with that V8 Cat Jenny all mounted to that trailer. And you could run a small town with that son of a bitch. And I had a chance to get that damn thing for $1,500. But then the light came on. What do I need it for? I ain't gonna run no damn town with it. No, you people get your own damn generator. I'll get a small one that fits my needs. So the rest of You buy that V8, big V8 and run it, because now you're talking fuel. Yeah. Yeah, Mr.
Well,
Fault, that's a bummer. You lost your second voice again. Well, don't talk much. Let it rest. Let it heal. You'll get it back. You'll get it back. Yeah, Lawn Dog said Elon owns this technology, or he at least has something to do with it. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. See, I always thought that was a missed opportunity in the Fallout games when it came to those fusion cores, as for in your power armors when you make the generators for mishaps,
Yeah,
little mini
have one
meltdowns. Yeah,
have right. Have one go bad on you and you have a mini meltdown, Yeah, yeah. No, I'm all good with that. It's not that's terrible.
It's like starts beeping, and your rad car starts going up like, oh, run, run.
Yeah. That would be kind of cool though if it had a unique signal going off. Me, 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 me. That means the core is going melting down. And it gives you so many seconds you can run up, pull the core, and throw it away from, say, the Jenny or your power suit, your power armor, and then it'll blow up without destroying the item. Otherwise, if you ain't got enough time to get it out of there, you got to run and let your item get all blown to shit. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, see, what you call it? On Minecraft, they had that
Hey, metal
expansion,
music.
that the Volts expansion,
Yeah.
that had tech stuff that you could take and build. And they had a nuclear reactor, was one of them. But the key to it was, and it took a long time for people to figure out how to make it work, because you make this reactor, it's like, all right, you put uranium in it, and it's producing power, but then it would overheat and blow up and like create this huge crater. It's almost a full chunk crater. It's like a nuclear bomb that would go off. Well, you need to surround it with water buckets. You got to have water in there, and you have to keep filling up the water because it evaporates off. So, and you have guys like they put the water in there. It's like, okay, it's working. They go off and doing their other stuff. Didn't realize you have to keep putting more water in there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, there's a meltdown. You hear beep. What's that beeping? What's that clicking noise?
Hopefully you can see the banner underneath there, Justin, but I just looked at my email and I don't see it, man. Don't see it. Send it to me. Send it to me. It's sty.north@yahoo.com. Send me your address, man. I'll get some stickers out to you right away. You betcha I will. You betcha I will. Yeah, because I don't see it in there. Doggone it. Yeah. Wait a minute. There's another folder. One of those deals where I've got about 500 folders under my email. So it just. Oh, wait a minute. I got it. Justin, don't waste your time sending it. I got it, man. I found it. It got put under my member perks, buddy. That's why I didn't see it. It's not supposed to be there. I'm moving it right now into my YouTube addresses, pal. I got it. I'll get some stickers off to you. I wish the heck that I felt better and it was next season, because I'd say, what the hell, I'll make a road trip and I'll just get it to you in person. But I got it, pal. Take care of that. But yeah, I get you a couple of these. Get you a couple of these holographics off to you. That's something I got to do too. Is I got to get back on Sticker Mule and order another pack of those. They used to be $20 a pack. They're 29 now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they jacked the price up.
I was looking. I've got to get some more of the bean magnets.
Bean magnets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've run out of those. I got the window clings, and then I've got those stickers of his
Right.
avatar, but
Yeah.
I don't have the magnets anymore because that's what everyone liked was the magnets.
They want the
No.
magnets, man.
He's all over our dispatch office.
Yeah, Justin, don't worry about it, pal. Don't worry about it. You don't have to be a member to have Sty on your side, man. Yeah. Yeah, I love my members, but no more than I love everybody else, man. I love my followers, man. You guys are great. Give this old man a reason to go on, There's 101 reasons to go on, but you guys are one of my best reasons, you give me, you just give me the incentive to be here tomorrow to hang out again. Yeah, I've got 2 cards that have the same issue. I go to try to become a member at a channel, and I try to use those cards frequently. Now it just won't accept them. And the one card I'm using, there isn't a soul out there that's not accepted it. Everybody accepts that card. Nah, not YouTube for a membership. Suckers. And I've tried like 6 or 7 times different channels. You want to drop super chats in? Don't get addicted to those. We love helping each other out, but I had a follower, sweet gal. Gosh, she was sweet. But she got a little upset with me and a couple other followers from here. And she followed their channels also. And she loved to help. She loved to do something for you all the time. And then we found out how fixed of an income she had. And a couple of us decided to kind of track her for a month. And what she was putting out in super chats, she was going hungry, man. We knew there were bills that she probably was having a very difficult time making. We just knew her financial situation, and we were able to put 2 and 2 together. And we kind of called her out on it, said, stop it, no more. Because she got to the point where she was helping people on YouTube to the point where she was hurting herself. And I never want anybody to ever do that. It's never expected, and it's surely not necessary. Blonde Dog says, Sty, I pretty much ate my dinner, meatloaf, broccoli, and fresh sourdough bread. Can I have permission to now a bunch of peanuts? Now I have a bunch of peanuts. I think I'm kind of tired of my dinner. That sounds pretty damn good. Guess what I'm having as soon as I shut this down here in a couple minutes? Lasagna. I'm having lasagna tonight. Yeah, Visa and MasterCard are pretty standard. You're absolutely right. And the card that they keep kicking back on me saying, nah, decline, is a MasterCard. And like I said, I've never had it not accepted anywhere else. Only when I try to become a member or try to do a super chat with it. I said, no, decline. that it was declined by the bank. Well, why? The bank doesn't decline it anywhere else. I can go online, purchase stuff. I can transfer money to people. I can do anything I want with that card, except YouTube. I don't get it. Hey, Justin says, hopefully chocolate covered there, lawn dog. Chocolate covered peanuts. Yeah. Num num. I ran into these ooey gooeys at Walmart, and because they're forcing me to get 3,000 calories a day, I always look at the end of the day. If I'm anywhere 500 calories or less short of hitting my 3,000, I have an ooey gooey, because one bar is 500 calories. I don't know how they get that many calories in that bar, but that's what they are, 500 calories. And just the flavor of them, they ain't lying. I found the lemon bars like the ooey gooeys. But they're only 350 calories. They're good for you. Yeah, I had them, put them back. Had them, put them back. I need the calories, but I wanted the lemon. I think I'll grab a pack just to eat them. That way, if I'm 350 or less shy, I can just have a lemon bar instead of an ooey gooey. Yeah. Lawn Dog says, well, when you didn't quite finish your dinner, Dad or Mom, I'll say, no dessert for anything else until you finish. It's an adult. Adult gives me permission, and it's okay. That's right. You got permission. You just have at it, but yeah, that was, that's one thing I have to say growing up. My pop was that way. Well, I think I was too, running water. Or you would correct me if I'm wrong, but it was, I don't want to eat that. Well, we've never had that. Yeah, I don't want to eat that. We're going to put some on your plate. I want you to at least take one bite of it. Take one bite and then make a determination whether you're willing or not to eat it. You've never eaten it, so just at least give it one bite. And then if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. We'll figure something else out, for you. But if you can't, I don't want some kid choking at my dinner table like, sorry, make me eat that shit, I don't want that going on. So,
and yet you guys kept making liver and onions.
Hey, that's good for you.
Ugh.
You shouldn't have brought that up, because I have been craving your mother's liver and onions with the gravy and the taters, and I've been craving that with the bacon and all that. I've been craving it lately, and maybe it's because they infused the shit out of me with iron, and now I want that iron, But yeah. Amway and Tupperware, they're bringing back childhood memories. No shit. Oh, yeah, I did that. I went down the Amway trail and they kissed my butt.
Mm-hmm.
And Tupperware, my mother was the Tupperware queen when I was growing up. She'd hold her big old Tupperware party, and she'd get so much Tupperware because she sold so much. I don't know. She got every woman in town to show up, and they'd buy tons and tons of that shit. Well, then my mother would get free Tupperware based on how much of it sold. Oh, God, we had so damn much Tupperware in the house as a kid when I was growing up. Every new kind of Tupperware that came out, my mother, boy, time to have a party so I can get that. Son of a bitch. But I'm glad my ex-wife didn't do the Tupperware thing, but the Amway thing, I don't even like going there. I don't even like going there. That stinking scam. They tried to shut me down when I got involved with Amway, because what I did was I concentrated on their bulk industrial grade cleaners. And I was going around to these big manufacturing outfits where I lived west of Minneapolis. I was going on, Minneapolis is covered with manufacturing. I was going around all these outfits, some of them all the way from small all the way up to major manufacturing. And I'm selling pallets of cleaning fluids and semi-loads, a whole semi-load. A couple of customers were buying a whole semi-load of 55-gallon drums of the Amway cleaning fluid. Well, I was doing damn good, man. I was doing damn good. Well, it made everybody else in our tiers in Amway jealous and pissed off at me. Next thing you know, they're all in cahoots, you know. They get the top dogs above me. Sure enough, they got me shut down. Said, well, no, we just can't get it for you anymore, Sty. We just can't get that product for you anymore. But yet others were getting that product a drum at a time, 1 or 2 drums. I wanted a pallet. I wanted a truckload. They just did not want me to succeed in their program. They wanted me to sell that household shit. Take my little kit and go convince somebody to become part of the Amway team and sell them a little bit of cleaning fluid. So I told them where they could stick it. Actually, Running Water's mid-country right now. Are you still in Illinois?
Yeah, I think so.
And
I'm on back roads now. Yeah, I've got about another hour.
Yeah, you're getting close. Yeah, Lawn Dog. That's the thing too, is if you're a smart kid, you would get yourself invited to a friend's house when you find out mom's cooking something you ain't gonna eat, you don't want. So you get yourself invited to dinner at a friend's house, you know. Ask my
Yeah.
friend to come over from dinner, and she would respond, "Oh, you guys having liver?" Yes, we are. Come on over. That's it. Little behind. So the time's still a little bit of light here. Yeah, ours just set here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, problem is all the friends I had, their moms weren't cooking anything for dinner. You know.
Well, that's it. They always wanted to come to our house, you guys as friends.
Yeah, because their mom's up at the casino or bingo and
or at the lane, all boozed up with Dad.
Dad's at the bar if they knew who Dad was.
If lima beans. I learned to eat them. I haven't bought lima beans in 40 frickin' years.
I put lima beans in that bean dish that I brought out to camp.
Oh, was there limas in there?
Yeah, the lima beans, pinto beans.
Well, that was good.
But that had beans.
Yeah, but it had a bunch of different beans in it. And
yeah, it has 7 different beans in there, and then it's what you call it? It's like a molasses, brown sugar, and vinegar sauce that it's baked in.
Yeah.
The
I could eat lima beans. I wouldn't have a problem eating them, but I would put them like in my cowboy beans, with all the beef, and usually anywhere from 4 to 6 types of beans thrown in. Justin, his mom used to make baked meals and caramel rolls when they had company. Yeah.
Oh, your cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I haven't made the big cinnamon rolls in forever. I used to love making those monster cinnamon rolls, man. Oh, those were so freaking good. Yeah. Hey, guys, it's that time. I've got 3,000 calories I got to eat. I have not eaten today, and it is 10 after 9 here tonight. And I want to get some things done tomorrow, which means I got to get my ass to bed no later than midnight. And then I get up about 7, 8 o'clock. I'd rather get up about 5:36 and have myself a little breakfast before I start putting in any effort tomorrow. But so I'm going to have to wrap it up, guys. And hey, thanks for everybody showing up tonight. It was a great night. It worked out wonderful for an odd around the campfire on a Friday night. So I'm going to be cutting out of here. But don't forget, we only got one day, and then Sunday's upon us, and we'll have a Sty Story Sunday night, 7 p.m. So come on over here, new Sty Story, and we'll hang out, chat for a couple hours, of course. So, hey guys, till I see you again, Sty wants you to stay safe, stay happy, stay outdoors, get outdoors, get some fresh air. It's good for you. Even if you can't do anything, man, just go sit outside somewhere. Yeah. So, Sty loves you, and I'll see you Sunday evening if you can be there. Good night, guys.
Night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.